perception, because like the goal of this conversation should be to like progress, right? Do like, unless you're ladies that you don't want to fucking deal with men at all, then we should talk
If
about
we don't want to
it.
deal
But
with
if
black men at all,
I love
okay,
all
what
well,
can
men
I
and
say?
not black men, just not
okay.
black men.
Well, is there any women here who don't want to deal with men, period, or is it just black men, or is it a mixture?
It's just black men, and we actually want non-black men's help in these corrections that you speak of.
So what are the corrections that you're looking for specifically?
Force, because that's the only thing that's gonna work.
But I mean, what are you looking for black men to arrive at? A place of understanding of like what do you want to see
Well, me
change?
We believe that there is no hope for them. That we don't believe in changing their minds. We don't. But I'm trying not to say what I really want to say because you're on stage. But if they could not exist, hey, we wouldn't be mad at.
I think for me, I think I want the coddling culture to kind of stop. I think they get validated a little bit too much and they're not held accountable as much as white men, Hispanic men, Asian men. Like the legal system works in their benefit a little bit more than they think it does. They're seen as the ultimate, like most oppressed. And I think that coddling culture needs to stop and they need to be held accountable for their actions.
Because we live in white male patriarchy, white men set what's socially acceptable. So with you all setting what's socially acceptable, the degenerate behavior of black male culture needs to be checked. And there needs to be more, because we're no longer looking for accountability from them because they've proven that they will not take accountability. We need the men who set the culture to make them take accountability by exacting some sort of consequence for perpetrating behaviors that are not socially acceptable because you all create the socially acceptable behavior.
So I think this is a hard one, right? This is a hard one because we're always trying to look for the nuance. We're trying to look to what lessons we can extract from this. But some people are so far gone because of their particular experiences in their life. And our experiences in our life sometimes is a reflection of where we are. You don't have access to the men that you think you deserve or you should have, right? This is your perception. But this is what's happening to you, and you cannot let go of that hurt and that trauma. So you go to extreme of saying that you want white men to help these men by force. It should be disturbing to everyone that hears this. Olivia, before we continue, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss no uploads. We're gonna show straight back into this one. So I don't know the context of, the caption says meeting with the Klan for help with black men. I don't know, can't verify that. I've just gone by the audio, and I know these are some discussions that are happening on X, or formerly Twitter, and it's disturbing to hear it. And I want to preface it by saying I do not believe that this is the majority position for black women. I think by and large, black women have communicated their hurt, their disdain, but calling for their eradication or for white men to come in and check black men by force to get them in line. I think it speaks to one, we know that's it's a completely ridiculous notion, completely ridiculous position to hold, to think that such a thing is possible, to think that it's a patriarchy, so the white men set the sort of tone and what direction we're going in. This just shows what they say about podcast equipment, that not everyone should have access to it, or it should cost $1 billion. But the truth is, we all have our opinion. We all have an ability to have that opinion broadcast. And no matter how divisive it is, you can always find a place. You can always find like-minded individuals that think like you. Our job as black men, as black women in the community, is to, when you recognize this, excise these people from your life. Excise these people from life. Because I would hope you have a brother. I would hope you have a brother like mine, who's awesome and fantastic. I would hope you had a sister that thinks the world of her brothers. That at least that can be an example in your life to say, oh yeah, no, my relationship with them, they're good men. They're not like these people out here. My relationships with these men that I allow in my life are coloring how I paint the world. That in itself should be an indication of pause when you're calling for either the eradication of men, of black men, of men that look like you. You have to. I would hope people would take a pause, but it's a great example of how you can get so lost in your own hurt, so lost in this vitriolic sort of spirit that now you paint that out there. Now you're comfortable talking to other men of different races, and using that as a reason to compare and contrast and say, you need to get them in line by force or get rid of them all altogether. Or to thinking somehow that they're you're the most suppressed, but the law kind of works in your favor. I don't see that making sense if you have any type of discernment. If you can look and see what happens just in terms of sentencing disparity, forget the crimes. Forget, oh, this creates, they do this, they no, we all commit crimes, we all use drugs along similar usage. One group, one demographic is policed heavier, therefore it results in more arrest. But we're putting all that aside. We're saying you're being sentenced for the same crime. We see the disparity in that. How is that a thing where the system is working for you? It's more indicative of when you were just upset, when you were in this trauma spiral. It does not matter what the reality of any situation is. It's always the black man's fault. It's always he's an abomination, he's an error, he's a mutation. I've heard it all. And, quite frankly, it gets tiring. It gets tiring. But again, I know this is not all women. No, this is not the majority of them. I know this is not even minority. This is a super small minority calling for something so drastic. It's just we don't have a system in place that highlights what positive messages are out there for men. We don't do that. We don't say that. We don't push that. And again, we can play the which side, the gender, this side, this hurt, this hurt. I don't know if there's any amount of hurt I've ever sustained in my life where I would call for the eradication of black women. This is just a full non-starter for me, and I would never get on, record myself, even if I was anonymous. I still would not push that message out there. I still would at least be saying, "Hey, you know what? You need to get help. You need to get help." To compare us to the other races of men, what happens with them, and we live in complete different worlds sometimes. At the very least, I think most people would understand that if we shared some empathy, we'd be in a much better position. If you come across women that believe in this, listen, there's no saving that. And even if there is, it's not your responsibility. Go about your business. Wish them luck. Detach with love and kindness. Say best of luck to you. But I never want to see you again. If you think I'm off base, if you think I missed something, let me know down in the comments below. If you see other videos on your screen now, take a look at those. Let me know your thoughts about those videos, in those videos. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, Train's moving, you should just join. I'll see you in the next one.